There's a noise in your life that you've stopped noticing. It's not the traffic, it's not the notifications, it's not even the people around you. It's the noise of expectation, the constant hum of more, more visibility, more success, more followers, more recognition, more proof that you matter. You've been conditioned to believe that the louder your life, the more successful you are. That if you're not posting, you're not progressing. If you're not networking, you're falling behind. If you're not visible, you're invisible. And so you perform, you curate, you share, you announce, you prove. And somewhere in all that noise, you forgot what it feels like to just be, to build something without broadcasting it, to achieve something without celebrating it publicly, to live a life that doesn't need an audience to validate it. If you've ever felt exhausted by the performance, if you've ever wanted to delete it all and disappear, if you've ever wondered what your life would look like if nobody was watching, this video is for you. Today, we're going to talk about something radical, something that goes against everything modern culture teaches, something that might be the most rebellious thing you can do. It's called the quiet life, and it might be exactly what you're searching for. Let's start by understanding how you got here, how your life became a performance. You didn't choose this consciously. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to turn their life into content. It happens gradually, one post at a time, one update at a time, one announcement at a time. At first, it feels good. You share something, people respond, you get validation, dopamine hits, your brain learns, visibility equals worth. And slowly, without realizing it, you start living for the response. You start measuring your life by metrics, likes, comments, shares, views. You start asking, is this shareable? Before you ask, is this meaningful? You curate your experiences not for the experience itself, but for how it will look. The restaurant isn't just dinner, it's content. The vacation isn't just rest, it's a photo opportunity. The achievement isn't just personal growth, it's a post. And here's the insidious part. You start to believe that if you didn't share it, it didn't happen. If nobody saw it, it doesn't count. Your private victories feel empty. Your quiet progress feels like failure. Your internal growth feels invisible and therefore worthless. This is the performance trap, and it's destroying your ability to live a life that actually nourishes you. Because the truth is, most of what makes life worth living happens in private, in quiet moments, in unwitnessed growth, in relationships that aren't performed for an audience. The best conversation you've ever had wasn't recorded, the proudest moment of your life wasn't photographed, the deepest connection you felt wasn't broadcasted. It was quiet, it was private, it was real. But you've been taught to distrust the quiet, to fill every silence with noise, to prove your worth through visibility. And the cost? You've lost the ability to be present, to enjoy something without thinking about how to package it, to achieve something without needing external validation. You've traded depth for visibility, presence for performance, peace for proof, and you're exhausted. Now let me make a case for something that will sound insane in our current culture. Invisibility is a superpower. Not the kind of invisibility where you're hiding, not the kind where you're playing small out of fear, but the kind where you're so secure in your own path that you don't need to broadcast it. Think about the most accomplished people you know personally. Not the influencers, not the celebrities, the people in your actual life who have built something real. Chances are, they're not posting about it constantly. They're not announcing every milestone. They're not performing their progress. They're too busy actually doing the work. Because here's what nobody tells you. Visibility has a cost. Every minute you spend curating, posting, engaging, responding is a minute you're not spending on the actual work. Every ounce of mental energy you spend thinking about how something will be perceived is energy you're not spending on making it better. The most creative work happens in private. The deepest thinking happens in silence. The most meaningful relationships happen away from cameras. And when you remove the audience, something magical happens. You stop performing. You stop editing yourself. You stop optimizing for approval. You start creating for the sake of creation. You start learning for the sake of learning. You start building for the sake of building. Not because it will look good, but because it matters to you. This is the quiet life. And it's not about becoming a hermit. It's not about rejecting all technology or all social connection. It's about reclaiming your right to have a private life, to do things that nobody sees, to grow in ways that nobody measures, to succeed in ways that nobody celebrates. It's about understanding that your worth is not determined by your visibility, that your progress is not validated by your audience, that your life is not a highlight reel. It's about building something real, even if nobody's watching, especially if nobody's watching. So how do you live a quiet life in a loud world? How do you step off the performance treadmill without feeling like you're disappearing? Here are 3 practices that will change your relationship with visibility. Practice 1, the private victory. Once a week, accomplish something meaningful and don't tell anyone. Not your partner, not your friends, not the internet, nobody. Do the work, achieve the thing, feel the satisfaction, and let it be yours. This is harder than it sounds because you've been conditioned to share. Every instinct will tell you this is worth posting, people need to know. Resist. Let it be private, let it be quiet, let it be enough that you know. This practice teaches your brain that achievement doesn't require external validation, that you can feel proud without the applause, that your worth isn't tied to who sees it. Practice 2, the silent season. Pick one area of your life and remove it from public view entirely. Maybe it's your fitness journey, maybe it's a creative project, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your mental health work. Whatever it is, make a commitment. For the next 3 months, nobody hears about this except you. No updates, no progress posts, no subtle mentions, complete silence. And watch what happens. Watch how much more energy you have for the actual work. Watch how much clearer your thinking becomes when you're not performing it. Watch how much more connected you feel to the process when it's just yours. This practice teaches you the difference between doing something and performing something, and it reminds you that some things are too sacred to commodify. Practice 3, the presence pledge. When you're experiencing something meaningful, don't document it, just experience it. The sunset, the conversation, the achievement, the meal, the moment. Don't pull out your phone. Don't think about the caption. Don't worry about the angle. Just be there, fully, completely, presently. This is the hardest practice of all, because you've been trained to believe that if you didn't capture it, you'll forget it, that if you didn't share it, it wasn't real. But that's a lie. The moments you remember most vividly are the ones you were fully present for, not the ones you were photographing. And the moments that actually changed you are the ones nobody saw. Let me tell you what happens when you embrace the quiet life. At first, you'll feel invisible, like you're disappearing, like you don't matter because nobody's watching. But then something shifts. You realize you have time you didn't know you had, time that was being consumed by the performance, time to actually do the work you've been talking about doing. You realize you have energy that was being drained by the constant need to prove yourself. Energy you can now pour into things that actually matter. You realize you have clarity that comes from not constantly filtering your thoughts through how will this be received. You start knowing what you actually think, what you actually want, what actually matters to you. And you realize you have peace that comes from not living on the scoreboard, not refreshing to check the metrics, not wondering if you're enough. Because in the quiet, you discover something revolutionary. You are enough, not because of what you've achieved, not because of who's watching, not because of how many people validate you, but simply because you exist, because you're here, because you're doing the work, quietly, consistently, without the applause. And that realization, that's freedom. Here's my challenge. For the next 7 days, live quietly. Don't post, don't perform, don't announce. Just do the work. Just be present, just exist without an audience. And see what happens. See what you learn about yourself. See what you create when nobody's watching. See how it feels to build something that's just yours. Because the quiet life isn't about becoming invisible. It's about becoming visible to yourself. It's about building a life that's so full, so real, so meaningful, that you don't need to broadcast it to feel it. The world will always demand your performance, your noise, your visibility, but you get to choose. You get to say, my life is not content. My growth is not a show. My worth is not measured by who's watching. So turn down the noise, step off the stage, and discover what you're capable of when you stop performing and start living. The quiet life is waiting. Now go be still.